Russian forces decide to launch their largest assault in weeks. It begins at 03:37 in complete darkness. 6 separate columns, more than 40 vehicles in total. The latest T-90M tanks with full relict armor, T-80 BVM with cope cages, brand new BMP-3, BTR-82A, MT-LB transports, fuel tankers and ammunition trucks. Everything they have left is thrown into this attack. Meanwhile, an entire battalion of Ukrainian Mavic 3T drones is already in the air, silently hovering at 500 to 600 meters altitude. The operators see everything on thermal screens. In 5 different underground positions, drone teams load the first wave of heavy FPVs. Messages are written in white marker, for Avdiivka, for Bakhmut, for every child, Russian warship. The drones take off one after another. The first strike comes from 7 kilometers away. Long-range FPV with tandem warhead flies low over the fields and strikes the lead T-90M directly in the turret ring. Massive orange detonation. The turret is ripped off and flies 15 meters high, spinning in the air before crashing upside down. Thick black smoke immediately rises. The crew jumps out and starts running across the field. But the Mavic never lost sight of them. Second drone is already closing in. Precise dive into the open commander hatch. Fire erupts inside the hull. The tank burns uncontrollably. Meanwhile, 4 BMP-3s try to push past the burning T-90. A Ukrainian bomber octocopter appears above the first BMP and drops 2 PG-7 grenades straight onto the roof. The thin top armor cannot stop them. Engine compartment explodes instantly. The BMP stops dead. The second BMP accelerates hard to escape. Heavy FPV with 3.5 kilogram payload locks on from 2.5 kilometers. Direct hit on the rear doors. Enormous explosion tears the entire vehicle in half. The turret section flies 20 meters away. Shockwave knocks Russian infantry off their feet. The third BMP-3 quickly hides behind a small tree line. The crew thinks they are safe now. But another Mavic was observing the whole time. Coordinates are sent. An FPV strikes the thin side armor near the fuel tanks. Fire starts immediately. 2 crew members jump out already burning. They run 10 meters and collapse in the grass. Russian commanders refuse to accept the losses. They send forward their newest and most expensive toy, the T-15 Armata heavy infantry fighting vehicle with full active protection system. Ukrainian drone operator just smiles and switches to special tandem warhead drones. First drone flies in and triggers the Afghanet system. 12 seconds later, the second drone arrives untouched. Precise strike under the turret ring. Catastrophic ammunition cook-off. The 55-ton monster disappears in a gigantic fireball that lights up the entire horizon. On the left flank, 2 T-80 BVM tanks with anti-drone cages try to advance. Night thermal FPVs are already waiting. First tank loses its track, completely immobilized. Crew bails out and runs. Second tank keeps moving forward. Heavy FPV carrying 4 kilograms of explosive dives straight onto the turret roof. The turret pops 20 meters into the air and lands directly on a nearby MT-LB, crushing it flat. At the same time, a column of 6 Ural 4320 ammunition trucks rushes towards the front line. Intelligence drone spots them from 9 kilometers. 3 separate FPV teams receive coordinates. Swarm attack begins. First truck explodes. The detonation sets off the second, then the third. Chain reaction. All 6 trucks detonate within 30 seconds. Giant black mushroom clouds rise hundreds of meters. The explosion is heard more than 20 kilometers away. By 07:15, 4 Russian 2S-19 MSDAS self-propelled howitzers finish their fire mission and try to relocate fast. But 4 different Mavics were tracking every movement. Coordinates go straight to 2 HIMARS launchers. First salvo, 2 GMLRS rockets, 2 direct hits, 2 howitzers instantly destroyed. Second salvo 25 seconds later finishes the last 2. 4 massive fireballs rise above the tree line within 1 minute. In the same area, a Tor M2KM air defense system activates its radar to protect the artillery. The moment the radar turns on, the position is revealed. Two Switchblade 600 loitering munitions are already circling high above. First drone destroys the radar mast. 38 seconds later, the second drone dives into the launcher section. The entire system burns to the ground. Russian crew just stands outside watching helplessly. Russian command still does not stop. They send the rare Terminator 2 tank support vehicle with 4 missile launchers and twin 30mm guns. Ukrainian operator chooses the biggest payload, 5-kilogram octocopter. First hit on the missile pod starts the fire. Second drone flies straight into the burning compartment. Triple detonation. The Terminator is literally torn into pieces. At noon, a full company of BTR-82A armored personnel carriers tries a counterattack with infantry riding on top. A small Leleka 100 drone flying at 400 meters sends perfect coordinates. Javelin team fires the first missile. It climbs 150 meters and dives on the lead vehicle. Top attack. Massive explosion. Crew bails out. The remaining 7 BTRs are finished one by FPV swarm, hitting open hatches and engines. 1440. The giant 203 Emmet 2S7 Pion self-propelled gun fires its last rounds and starts retreating. A large Ukrainian Reaper-type drone follows it for 14 kilometers. HIMARS receives exact coordinates. One single rocket. Direct